Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Rob's video blog. So Christmas just came and went and we had a fantastic time with the family and my kids, and my God, the amount of stuff that my kids got is kind of crazy. I feel like I need to get a bigger house now just to store all the toys and stuff that they got. I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older or now that I have kids and kids just consume an ungodly amount of stuff in general. But I'm starting to become more aware of like the amount of waste that my family generates. And I'm not really concerned about, food waste or even like paper and stuff like that, because for the most part, that stuff decomposes, no problem. Plastic is really kind of the big thing. And not even so much like, plastic, bottles and stuff like that, because we recycle that kind of stuff. But just like the little plastic things, like the plastic wrap on like a CD cover, or, the little bits of plastic that come in all the toy stuff. It just drives me nuts. It just the packaging of things nowadays, I just feel is like so over the top. My daughter got this like Peppa Pig thing, and it was in this massive cardboard box, and there was, the toys are maybe this big. There was like a little slide and a tree house and some figurines. But like they made like an artificial landscape out of all these little pieces of cardboard, and there was all these little pieces of plastic attached to it, and there was like a clear plastic cover on the front, and there was these little plastic pieces all over the place. And like I guess you can recycle that kind of stuff, but like you open it up and there's just like twist ties and little bits of plastic and styrofoam and junk all over the place. And it's just I don't know, it's a pain in the butt to throw out, because now I got all these pieces all over the place. Like it takes up the whole garbage can, and it just seems like such a waste. It's like this little plastic thing. Like, I don't know. It just there's got to be a better way to package it. And so it just, my wife got she just got like a little appliance for Christmas, and like it was in a box, and it was in like this massive styrofoam like clamshell. Like the thing was going to be dropped off the Empire State Building or something. I like the little inflatable bags that they use. I think those are a little bit better than the massive styrofoam thing. So I'm glad to see some places using those, because the styrofoam is really kind of terrible. But just, yeah, and I guess just in general, because like we order so much stuff on Amazon now. Back in the day, you didn't order that much stuff from catalogs, and you just kind of went to the store and picked it up, so it wasn't in a box. But now everything comes in a box. And I know everybody's complained about, Amazon's boxes. You buy something this big and it comes in a box like that, and that's kind of a pain in the butt too, and I think it's pretty wasteful. But in regards to Amazon, what I really think that they should do, and I think for some of the stuff they do, but for a lot of it they don't, because Amazon is such a huge distributor of just everything in general. I think companies that manufacture these products should have like stuff that goes to Amazon and stuff that goes to the store, because I get the idea of like, the very fancy packaging and stuff like that, because it's going to sit on the shelf and it's wasteful, but it sits on the shelf, and because it's got the clear front and because it's got like the fake landscape with the little figurines in there, it draws your attention, and that's why they do it. But when you order stuff on Amazon, like it's just coming in a box. You see the picture on the computer, there's no display. So it'd be nice if manufacturers and companies were like, these are going to Amazon, they're not going on display, like they can literally just ship them loose. They don't even need to be in a box or anything. They just come as like loose pieces, and then Amazon throws them in the box when you get them. But like, back to the example, my wife's little small appliance, like it's an appliance and it plugs into the wall. And so it's got like, the plug is wrapped and it's got the twist tie around it, which is fine. But then like they put plastic wrap over the cord. And I'm like, why would they bundle the cord and then put like a plastic bag over the top of it and then throw it in a box which has a clamshell styrofoam and then a cardboard box around it? Like, it's just a titanic waste of plastic. Like, why do you have to do that? And like even like the plug that goes in the wall, like now they make these little plastic covers that like go over the prongs, and it's like, what the hell do you guys think is happening to this stuff in transit? If my plug is going to get so smashed that you need plastic on it to keep it from like getting all messed up, like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just everything, the packaging on everything nowadays seems like so over the top and so excessive. And like I said, because my kids get so much stuff, it's out of control. My garage piles and piles up with all these damn boxes and all these plastic, and I hate the hybrid of plastic and cardboard. Right? You get the cardboard box with the toy in it, but then there's like plastic, and like you can't pull the plastic off the cardboard because then the cardboard comes with it, and then like can you recycle that? Can you recycle the cardboard with the plastic on there, or does that like screw up the whole system there? So it's just I don't know, just kind of a pain in the butt. I hate being wasteful. If I've got something old that I'm not using, I always try to throw it up on Craigslist and get rid of it. Fortunately, getting rid of like the kids' toys and stuff like that, Melissa puts it on Facebook and somebody comes and picks it up pretty quickly. But even on Craigslist, I've been having a hard time finding people. Like I've got a cordless drill with 3 batteries. Put it up on Craigslist. Nobody wanted it. And maybe it's just a consequence of like stuff is so cheap now. You know, I mean, you can go to Harbor Freight and get a cheapo cordless drill for like 30, 40 bucks. Like, why would you go on Craigslist, drive to my house and pick it up for 20 when you get a brand new one for like 30 or 40? You know what I'm saying? So it's good to have cheap stuff because it's accessible to more people. But I think things that I don't think are good to be disposable, like appliances and like, you know, tools with batteries and stuff like that, I don't think it's good, because then everybody just goes out and buys one, and if it breaks, you just throw it in the trash. And at some point, that's going to catch up to us, because I don't think our system is properly set up. The incentives are not aligned in our system and our economy for people not to be completely wasteful. And, you know, people can be as conscientious about the environment as they want, but at the end of the day, unless there's actually like an economic incentive for people to not be wasteful, for people to conserve things, for people to properly recycle things and stuff like that, people are just gonna, I mean, I do it myself. A lot of times my wife's like, oh, look at this thing, and or something. I'll have like a pair of shoes, right? I got a pair of shoes, and I love these pair of leather shoes, and the sole was wearing out on the bottom of the leather shoes. And I was like, oh, I should take this to the leather guy in town and have him put new soles on it. And I'm thinking to myself, that's gonna be like 40 bucks for him to put new soles on my shoes, and like the shoes brand new were like $50. I should just go buy a whole new pair of brand new, because now the whole shoe is new, rather than paying 40 bucks for the sole. But it, I don't know, something about that just doesn't, it just rubs me the wrong way. I don't like it. I don't know, maybe I'm getting old, maybe, I don't know what it is, but in regards to those shoes, though, that was a bad decision, because I had forgotten they're leather shoes, and I had forgotten how much those shoes friggin' hurt when I was first breaking them in. They were so painful for like 2 weeks. But anything else, like if you've ever had a pair of leather shoes, once you break them in, those things mold to your feet, and they're like custom made. So I did buy the brand new pair, but I'll tell you what, when the soles on these guys wear out, I am going to take them to the shoemaker and have them put new soles on, because it may cost me 40 bucks to put new soles on them, and the new ones are 50, but the break-in period was absolutely brutal on my feet. So you could start calling me tree hugger Rob, or you know, environmentalist Rob. I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's because I'm having kids, and you just start thinking long term more about stuff. And I don't know. I just recently have become aware more of how important it is for incentives in your environment to be aligned with what you actually want to achieve. You can have the rhetoric of, you know, conservation and taking care of the world and all that kind of stuff. But until there's some way to align the economic incentives for people, and just incentives in general, people are not going to do that. People function based on the incentives that are put before them. It's that simple. So that's kind of it. I know it's kind of a random rant, but we had a good Christmas. Everything's going well. Looking forward to the new year, and I'll see you guys again next time.